Sure, man.
Yeah.
Will I be able to clip that mic to my jacket?
You should be able to. It's got a thing on the back, so if you've got like a little tassel on your jacket.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, he said he's picking up a bit of wind on it, but to be honest, I thought I've got to give him a spring and there's no wind covered, so
Yeah.
as long as your voice is clear over the top, which should be but it's windy, I think you can do it.
Word.
Unfortunately, mate, that's a great
No way.
in our area of work on the weekend.
Yeah.
It does tend to cause problems.
It does indeed, my friend. That's a good thing I actually got on the second one. It's weird. was good, thank you. Got my one, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Making sure they were in there.
Are they ones that you can't? You've got to literally lift them off, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to buy. I'm going to buy some ones that you can just take off.
Yeah.
Again. But at the moment, one's from the hardware store for £2 right now.
That's it. Right. Mate, you really screwed that. You must be lucky for paper.
Did it?
Yeah.
I looked behind and well, landed like round there. It's a good test because basically the screen's down there. I didn't notice it.
What is down there?
This screen for the iPhone on the bench.
Oh yeah.
And it still works, even though it fell off.
Yeah, quality.
I had good troubleshooting.
That lead came out and it was like frozen. I plugged it in and done like the rotating cylinder and it came back on.
That's the proper test that I need for it to break.
So, what would you say like the nicest way to change?
Funny you say, we had a psychology workshop the other day actually.
Yeah.
With this stuff. Sarah, she's like a consultant. I don't know if you've met her before,
No.
Sarah. She only comes to us like maybe a couple of times a month. She's done like a personality.
Right, personality, what, like get together or put like
Yeah.
together on gel or?
Yeah, so it's in the rook and it's just working out whose everyone's personalities are, like where you kind of sit. So we can work out what personalities we don't have in the team and what we have a lot of. We have actually a lot of people
Yeah.
put them in the nice, like, empathetic bit.
Who'd say the loudest players? Like,
Cara.
Yeah, most of them.
Cara's like the strongest, loudest. Reed's obviously the loudest.
Yeah,
He's not
yeah,
playing,
yeah.
but starting. Cara, and then the nicest is probably. Cara's weird because I find Cara quite nice, but even though she's quite loud and quite direct. Cara, white boots.
Cara, yeah, okay,
She's the nicest she's the nicest and the loudest.
Yeah.
But I'd say Gigi's quite nice.
Yeah.
Maria's a weird one. Yeah. Yeah, quite good English. She's just very. I think it was. I can't think of the word. She seems like she is intelligent, but then she says stuff and then you go, God. She takes ages to grasp things, like, but then she thinks quite logically, but then she just doesn't understand it. Like, I don't know if it's the language, but she speaks perfect good English. She played in Durham for like 2 years, so like.
I was going to say, she must have heard like quite a few accents or something.
She just gets slow, is probably the word. I don't want to be horrible.
No, mate, it's just interesting.
Yeah.
I'll use that as a compliment.
Maria. No, this is like chatting down. Everyone's pretty much quite nice, and we're actually missing probably a lot of like kind of forceful people.
Okay.
Everyone's
Hardy.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people. Yeah.
I imagine any acts get like that.
No, that's the thing. Most of our centre backs are not like that. Which you would put them as that. Yeah. So like when they've done this personality test, Cara has and Polly put themselves in like the loud and kind of forceful leaders, and yeah, I would probably agree. That's probably about it in the team we've got. They are probably the most competitive and loudest. Yeah, I've got a lot of people that are very empathetic and quite nice, which you need to have. You can't have a team full of.
That's true though. You still empathetic on still.
One thing you don't have is expressiveness. Players that are. You've got like logical people that are quite intelligent and analyse stuff. You don't have many people that are very expressive. I think. Anna and Bryce are the only ones that really put themselves in that category. Which is true, because you have got many creative players, like
creative on the pitch.
Yeah, creative on the pitch and creative like personalities. Everyone's very empathetic or kind of logical thinkers. No, it's actually really good because like they even asked us as staff like what we put ourselves into, and again we're missing. We don't have anyone in our team who's quite quiet. Leah's not quiet. Don't have anyone that's very loud, aggressive. That's the only one that probably. Which is fair because when we talk about stuff, sometimes the players probably need a bit more, passion. Us being probably more expressive to kind of motivate them a bit more. Me, Nat and Leah are all very logical, process.
Pragmatic.
Yeah. But then I suppose sometimes football doesn't always work like that. You can win games and stuff.
You just need a hype man.
Yeah, sometimes you can win games and just motivation. Especially on a day like this. I don't think much football, like good football is probably going to be played today. It's really hard. It was a goalless draw. Take that.
They've now made 2 railway places. That's new, isn't it?
Yeah, this season.
It's really hard.
Which
those are the easiest teams below.
I think so. Cause I think because there's a couple of big teams doing well below. You've got like Newcastle.
Oh yeah, they've got one of our old players.
Have they?
And the Stobbs, because obviously we lost so many players. So you see today is like the only players we had from this team last season was Sophie and Joe, Amelia and Emily Moore. Valentine, that's it.
Which makes it tough because big pressure now.
Doesn't it?
Exactly. We go now and then it's like you're a season behind. Which is probably not the end of the world. It's
Maybe
what it is,
could be
but-
seen, sometimes relegations can be seen as a refresh,
Yeah,
but
but
then it doesn't mean
we've got to see what happens in January. Obviously, this is the last game before the term, so this is the only thing. Yeah, because when our next league game is on turn,
we played every game now.
which that's kind of like a bit of a big blow because you think, oh, we've still got ages left of the season. We're only just in November, but you're like, actually no.
No.
We're actually halfway through in terms of league games. You have the winter break, and then like it's a big gap, so you're actually halfway through.
What, is the break now, or is the break after this? We've got one game against Blackburn.
Yeah, so that's our last one, last league game.
So we're back at the pan in actually like 2 months' time, jeez. So yeah, the pan, the 23rd. afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this rather blustery, rainy day at the Pan on this November afternoon. It's match week 11 as Lewes host London City Lionesses, who are currently enjoying their second consecutive season in the Women's Championship, as Lewes go into their sixth. However, Lewes's time in the Women's Championship looks to be in jeopardy following a difficult start to the season. Following this game, albeit we are in November, it does mark the halfway point of the campaign. Lewes currently down bottom of the league on 4 points. They'll be looking to try and gain way on Watford and Reading above them. The London City Lionesses just slightly above Lewes in the table by 3 places, but 7 points separates both sides this afternoon going into this game. As the rain pours, the players still yet to come out. Lewes still yet to record a home victory in the league this season, just coming off the back of a 3-2 narrow defeat against Crystal Palace last Sunday. Sarah Brazzero-Carrera opening the scoring, putting Lewes a goal up just after the quarter of the hour mark. Then 3 goals from Crystal Palace saw the game out of sight for Lewes, albeit there was a late consolation goal put home by Rihanna Blades, but that was not enough to spark any sort of miraculous late comeback for an equaliser. On the other end, their opponents, the Lionesses, made or established in 2016 following confirmation that they were going to be separated from Millwall FC women's team. London City Lionesses have had a rather quick rise to the second tier of women's football in England. This season, their start has been slightly slower compared to last season's. They came to Japan last campaign in September, came away with a point from a goalless draw. They'll be looking to make it 3 points this time as the players come onto the pitch for the halfway point of the season between Lewes FC and London City Lionesses. And the lineups. So London City Lionesses, after their 1-0 loss against Birmingham last week, is one change following the suspension of McCandy. In goal, who's been an ever-present this season, is number 1 Grace Maloney. It looks like it's going to be a back line from right to left. In the right back position is number 22 Paige Culver. On the left back position, number 2 Grace Neville. In between both full-backs is number 4 Georgia Broham, and number 20 Maddie Wild. Midfield partnership, or trio, however we like to see it, of number 7 Lois Joel, number 8 Connie Schofield, and number 13 Paige Satchel, with a front three of number 11 Tanaya Alexander. Danielle Carter, recruit from Brighton this summer, and leading the line, number 17 Lucy Fitzgerald. Substitutes for the away side, just a small bench from Carolina Moraes, the manager for the visitors today. Number 10 Izzy Groves, number 12 goalkeeper Hermione Cole, number 24 Olivia Fraser, number 44 Grace Jarrett, and number 71 Neve Farrelly. Unchanged from their 3-2 defeat against Crystal Palace, Scott Booth names the side. Number 1 Sophie Whitehouse in goal, a back line of number 2 Grace Wriggler, number 5 Grace Garrett, number 7 and captain Cara Hamilton, and it looks like it's a back 3. Number 4 Amelia Hazard in midfield, number 8 Grace Palmer, number 11 Anna Gray, number 10 Maria Ferrugia, number 15 Holly Olding, number 14 Rihanna Blades, and leading the line is number 21 Sarah Brazzero Carrera after she scored her first game for Lewes last weekend. Substitutes for Scott Booth's side, number 26 Emily Moore, 3 Rhianne Cleverly, back in contention is of course number 6 Ellie Hack, number 9 Valentine Percy, number 16 Kate Oakley, number 19 Kate Mooney, and most interestingly of all on the bench, debutant after 3 sessions with the team this week, number 20 Eve Clarkson, who joins the Rooks following a spell in America. Scott Booth happy with this signing. She is a centre back, and Scott Booth believes she will strengthen his side following the amount of injuries that they've sustained this season. He says she'll just need to adjust to the pace of our game and get used to playing over in England in this second tier following her experience in college football in America. So both sides all but ready. Lewes just having some final talks between the players. London City Lionesses doing theirs on the pitch. To my right, it's Cara Hamilton leading her side out once again this season. Rhianne Cleverly on the bench. Cara Hamilton enjoying her time, demonstrating and progressing her leader. So Lewis Joel, the number 7 and captain for the away side. And Lewis is number 7, the captain for their side too. Lewis Joel, the captain, and ever present too. 900 minutes played this season. Every game, every minute, Lewis Joel has been present, but it will be Lewes to get us off underway with last weekend's goal scorer of the opener, Sarah Brazzera Carrera. He'll be leading the line once again for Scott Booth, albeit there are strikers on the bench, but he favours still for Brazzera Carrera as they take the knee and get us underway with the blow of the referee's whistle. Ruby Sykes, the referee who will be adjudicating this women's championship game between two sides who are in desperate need of points. Lewes more so, as London City Lionesses find themselves in more of a comfortable position. Lewes only having to look up the table, but not for positive reasons, as London City Lionesses already looking to try and get the ball forward. That's a nice ball played in, trying to find the number 13 Paige Satchel, who looks to be leading the line with Danielle Carter looking to be playing on the left side of the attack. Looks like it's almost a front 2 this afternoon as opposed to a front 3, which is what manager Carolina Morace played last weekend. Of course, they did lose to Birmingham, so maybe she's trying to change her tactics. Of course she's trying to change her tactics following that defeat. They'll be looking to try and get back to winning ways against Lewes, who have only won 1 game all season, drawn 1 game as well, and that came against Birmingham months ago in a goalless draw, which of course this game was last season as well, back in September. Throw in the meantime, Maddie Wild will be taking it. 20 years of age, Maddie Wild can play defence and in midfield, signed on loan from Bristol City in August, made 9 appearances for the Robins in their championship winning season last year. Here she is putting a ball in wild into a dangerous area. Hamilton trying to control that down, but favours for the clearance, and it goes out just beyond the byline, corner to the away side. Dangerous ball in there from Maddie Wild, who can play all across that back line and in the centre of midfield as well. Looks to be playing down the left so far, but it's an opportunity for Lionesses to go a goal up with the corner. That's short-lived as it's a poor touch from Carter, headed away by Hamilton. Carter will spread out her arms to shield the ball away as Grace Neville was running onto that. Whitehouse alert, rolls it out to her teammate Hamilton. Gray just trying to get it past Wild. Joel almost losing her footing. Was there a prayer brought down? But Frugia will make a driving run forward. Holding now. Lewes with their first chance. Holding with their chance too. Striking it low. No trouble for Grace Maloney in the Lionesses' goal as she comes down just to collect that effort from Lewes' number 15. Goalkeeper Grace Maloney, thought highly of by the manager, head coach Carolina Moraes, who has claimed Maloney to be one of the best goalkeepers she has seen throughout her career, and that's a good testament and compliment of the keeper following her plethora of experience in the game. Italian born. Here come the Lionesses for Moraes, almost glancing it into that side netting. It will be a goal kick. Let off for Lewes early on here. Of course, Claudia Moraes, rating her highly. Carolina Moraes, was brought in by the Lionesses after her predecessor Melissa Phillips was recruited by Brighton earlier this year. Moraes' first time back in football following her sacking at Lazio back in 2021 after her side lost 5 in a row. Shows the ruthlessness of the Lazio board at the time to sack a manager after just 5 poor results. That is the climate of the game, men's and women's regardless. It's a ruthless sport, which no one can debate. Moraes was a striker playing, scored 415 goals in 315 games. So someone who knows where the back of the net is, who can guide her front three and her attacking players. Here's one of them in Lucy Fitzgerald. So a very fitting manager to have. Players under the helm of her management, especially the attacking players. Way back to Culver. Maloney. Looking up and roofing it, gets a good amount of power on there. Here's Satchel. Played out to Alexander, who of course comes in for the suspended McCandy. Lewes win the ball back though, deep into their own half. Blades believes she was fouled there, or it came off the Lionesses player, but the assistant referee believed it to have come off Gray. Throw in to the visitors. Satchel just tried to take it on her right, manages to make the most out of a mistake from Cara Hamilton there. Trouble there for Lewes' skipper. She lost her footing trying to clear the ball away. Completely mistimed it, allowing Satchel to try and get the better of Cara Hamilton there. Corner for the host. Low ball in as it falls to their number 8. It looked like she almost left it, a block of red shirts. They believed she was fouled. But now Rihanna Blades looks to start a counter and feeding a lovely ball through to Anna Gray, but the players for Lionesses are getting back. And Gray scuffs that effort. Trying to find the bottom corner, didn't get the power she would have wanted. And it was a routine save for Grace Maloney, but what a run that was from
Rihanna Blades to set a pass through to Anna Gray. Able to have the execution. Lewes looking deadly on the counter there. Here's Wild. Maloney. Lifts the ball long. Carter gets a flick onto it. Doesn't find a blue shirt and goes safely back into the palms of Sophie Whitehouse. Wriggler making a driving run forward. Hazard playing makeshift right back, so by the looks of it, Hazard will be playing right back, which we haven't seen, but so far she's running down the line well, finding Brazero Carrera, which Gray left to her. And then Gray trying to either cross it or shoot. We'll never know, but it goes out of play for a Lionesses goal kick. So when obviously saying the lineups, going through the team sheets, it looked like it was going to be a back three, but of course, Hazard playing right back, which is the first time I've seen her at right back. To be fair, as it is an unchanged side, she did play there against Crystal Palace last Sunday. Wriggler. Poor pass there, just going out for a Lionesses free kick. Goal. Hazard now finding Ferrugia. She managed to take it down and find Holding in the centre circle. Here is Hamilton. Pass just meaning Garrett having to run to the right side of the back line, leaving a lot of room to her left. Zara Carrera just bringing it back to Hazard. Wriggler will play it safely back to Whitehouse, following that brief pressure from the away side. Whitehouse lofting a nice ball to Olding, taken down well. Still Olding, she looks up to try and spray a pass out to this right-hand side and executes that finally. Gray, Hazard on the overlap, but that's read well there by Maddie Wilder as she makes a darting run down this left-hand side, but that's good track backing there from Anna Gray. Here's Palmer in a pocket of room in the middle of the park, playing it back to Whitehouse. Ferrugia just dropping deep, rolling the ball nicely, beating two players there, and Gray with a nice flick, just a bit too much onto that. Zara Carrera to pick up, but Holding does the job for her teammate. Now Blades. Body's getting forward here for Lewes. Lovely footwork there from Rihanna Blades. She puts it across the face of goal, picked up by Ferrugia. Poor first touch, lets it down. Good work there from Holding and Blades though to try and set up that opportunity. But that kind of fits the narrative of what it's been like for the Rooks this season so far. Nice play outside of the box, just unable to execute inside of it, but they'll try and do that now. Here's Gray. Hazard stretching out her right leg, unable to keep that pass in or get on the end of it. That attack is short-lived. Throw in for the away side. Wild. Hazard flicking it back to Palmer. She'll just set off a square pass out to Hamilton. Nice put under pressure there from Satchel. Finds Palmer though, and now Olding. Rather unorthodox there from Holding and Palmer. It looked like the two of them were chasing the ball as opposed to just one. Palmer trying to set off a pass out to Blades on the left-hand side, cut out by the Lionesses, but then Lewes win the ball back almost. Blades unable to just try and keep that under a spell. So the Lionesses will just try and regroup, put their mark on the game as Lewes have enjoyed the spell of the ball mostly in the opening 13 minutes here. 2 chances for Lewes so far, both sending it down a corner way. Both routine saves to the goalkeeper. Blades putting the ball in once again. Brazero Carrera's there. Holding too. Can she sort her feet out? Holding. Now Brazero Carrera blocked again. Unfortunate there for Lewes, unable to execute a shot on goal. It was good defending there from the Lionesses as they then send the ball long all the way to the far corner flag. Riglar occupies Paige Satchel on the far side and they win a throw-in. Unfortunate there for Brazero Carrera, just couldn't really get any connection to test the keeper, get it past the Lionesses defence. But here they are trying to get it past the Lewes defence. Here's Danielle Carter, blocked by Garrod, picked up by Paige Satchel as she looks to try and turn Hamilton. Holding, getting on the end of that loose pass. Danielle Carter was the intended target. It fell kindly to Holding, still on the ball, using a physical presence to shield the ball away from their number 8, Connie Schofield. And now Anna Gray up against Wilder. Ferrugia just trying to take it in behind. Defended well there by Georgia Brown. Carter setting off a pass to Alexander. She's unable to keep it in, so it will be a Lewes throw. Blades has 2 Lionesses players onto her. Finds Joel. And then Culver will pass it back to her centre-back colleague. Of course, the rain is holding off heavily for now. Rather spitting over the pan, but it's mainly the wind doing the job of making this game not the nicest condition to play in. Whitehouse, now Garrod. Sent it long with her left foot. Picked up by Blades on the touchline. She's got the number 4 onto her. Once again, Lewes winning a foul from the London City Lionesses. Georgia Brown, the number 4 and centre-back, challenging Rihanna Blades. Free kick to the home side will be taken by Lewes' number 5, Grace Garrod. Lofted, only finds Culver. She'll loft it back too. Garrod chasing, just to play it back. That's a loose pass. 1-0, and it's Paige Satchel who gets her first goal of the season. She had an iconic summer playing for New Zealand at the World Cup, and now she's gone and rubbed salt in the wounds of Grace Garrod and Lewes, putting the Lionesses 1-0 up. 15 minutes gone, and Lewes find themselves a goal down to 0. Grace Garrod with her head in her hands following that mistake, allowing Paige Satchel to get in behind and slot it home. It's a gutting start for Lewes. Palmer slips as she just finds Hazard. Gray. Lewes has gone off to a promising start, but they have done most at home this season. It just slips out of their fingers, but it is an early goal. Scored in the 16th minute. And of course, Lewes scored in the 16th minute last week, and then they're coming out on the losing side, and they'll look to try and do the same to the Lionesses this time round. Ferrugia leading the attack, believes she was fouled. Referee Ruby Sykes thinks nothing of it. So play will carry on. Hamilton on the left. Holding, looking up to try and find Gray, but that's intercepted well there by Maddie Wild. Now that's a good ball set off to Lucy Fitzgerald. She's up against Hazard in the penalty area, puts it across the face of goal. Palmer sliding down to get it cleared. She does so. Doing so concedes a corner on this near side. So the Lionesses with a chance to make it 2 in a matter of minutes. It will be the fullback, Grace Neville, an ever-present at London City Lionesses not just this season, but in all of them. It's a lofted ball in, Whitehouse loses the ball. It's hit goalwards by Paige Culver. Another corner for the away side. As Grace Neville trots over to that far corner flag to have a second attempt, but Whitehouse was coming off her line, just fumbled the ball, allowing the Lionesses to have another opportunity. Neville lofted in towards that back post. Olding looked like she was almost going to get it cleared away. She raised her right arm, believing she has earned herself and her team a throw, which she has, of course. This will be taken by Hazard. Palmer back to Hazard, intercepted by the number 8, Schofield. As one of the supporters becomes a makeshift ball boy. Olding just trying to backheel it. Sarah Crowell losing her footing. Here's Browham signalling to that left channel. Glides out of play. Now Gray, Wilder gives away the throw. Hazard quickly to Palmer. 2 Lionesses players onto her. Riglar brings the ball back following that interception. Garrett to a pocket of room where Olding is in the centre circle. Falls back to Riglar and she's forced to play it back to her goalkeeper. Just dropping deep. She has got Lucy Fitzgerald onto her in a flash. Palmer trying to spray it out wide to Hamilton. Picked up by Alexander. Here's Schofield. Now Culver. All the way back to Maloney in goal. Brown chased down by Gray. Patient play here from the Lionesses as they win a foul from Amelia Hazard. Fitzgerald, nice pass. Elegant passing here from the Lionesses as they're looking for a second. Alexander looked like she was tripped up almost by Hamilton. That's what the player's reaction was, but play resumes. Olding just picking up the ball in a tight area, playing it back to Garrett. Hamilton on the touchline up against Alexander. Gives away the throw. She's frustrated there at the assistant referee on the far side as she believes it should have gone in the favour of her side. Here's Grace Neville over this throw. Just waiting for Tanaya laces to be tied. They are in fact all wearing rainbow laces in support of the LGBTQ campaign. Ball lofted in, awkwardly comes off Satchel. She knew immediately she wasn't going to be able to keep that under control following that ball in. Comes off her arms, it looked like. And out for another goal kick. Drop of the shoulder there. Blades just holding off Grace Neville, the London City Lionesses right back, calls for a foul on Rihanna Blades there. As Neville just shoved her over. Hamilton back to Garrett. As the rain continues to spit down here on the pan. Whitehouse whacking it forward, but only going as far as Lewes Joel. Holding into the path of Brazera Carrera, nice footwork, brought down in the centre circle, free kick Lewes. So Holly Olding, eager to take it, eager to get this equaliser, and there will be a yellow card. Georgia Browham, the number 4 and centre-back for the away side, into the referee's book. The first booking of the afternoon. 25 minutes gone. And it's Paige Satchel's goal for the Lionesses that separate the sides. Here's Lucy Fitzgerald. The goal scorer Satchel sprinting to get to the ball before Wriglar, and she does. Wriglar just trying to stay focused, and she manages to intercept that potential ball in, but it falls kindly back to Satchel. She finds Fitzgerald. Looks like she's trying to tee it up with her right. Plays it into the path of Carter. Lovely pass to Lewes Joel. Brilliant passage of play there from the Lionesses. They're getting the ball forward. They're getting it forward quickly and efficiently. Able to find the back of the net there with the final touch. But leading up to that, it was a nice move. Making the Lewes team think. Drop kick from Whitehouse, touch from Palmer. Garrett trying to get in. She was able to keep it on her left. Danielle Carter looking to try and keep it under a spell. Wriglar will thump it away. Sideways. Another throw in for the away side. Neville. Browham trying to curl the ball in behind. Nice idea, too much on to go for the intended target. But it comes off a red shirt, so it is a corner. Ruby Sykes pointing to that far side. The players make their way into the Lewes penalty area and thereabouts. As the visitors have a chance to double their lead, they'll play it short. And that's left by Carter, trying to allow Schofield to run onto it and maybe have a chance at goal. Away to safety. Comes off Neville, thrown for Lewes. Holding, trying to take it quickly. Straight in there when no real player in red was available or ready to get on the end of a quick throw. So Hamilton into the path of Olding. Hamilton just trying to lift a ball in behind. Sarah Carrera is just a bit deep there for the ball play from Hamilton. Flicked by Carter, and then she just nastily brings Hamilton down there as they just collide with each other, but Hamilton straight back up onto her feet. It's the courageous character she is, Cara Hamilton. So free kick for Lewes. Hamilton, the furthest outfield player back. She won the free kick. Palmer will take. Lewes in search of that equaliser. Olding almost getting a flick onto it. Blades will, headed away commandingly by Culver. And then Carter will just nudge it to Schofield. Satchel making a run in behind. Palmer managing to just shrug the ball away, but it falls kindly back to Connie Schofield. Throw in for the Lionesses. Hamilton heading it away. Another throw in. Here's the taker, Grace Neville. Put herself in folklore by being the scorer of the Lionesses' first ever competitive goal. London born, but has played with the New Zealand national side since January this year. However, didn't have the fortune of going to the World Cup like her colleague Paige Satchel. Here's Carter. Now the goal scorer, Satchel, just trying to cut it back. Corner for the Lionesses on that far side once again. It's been all Lionesses so far, really, since they've scored. A fairly promising start from Lewes. Sucker punch of an away goal is becoming a bit of a theme here at the Pan this season. Neville with the delivery on that far side. It's not short this time. Goes into a dangerous area, still yet to be cleared. Another corner. Paige Satchel was running onto it towards the byline, but just went beyond her. They're playing it short mostly on that far side. They've looked to have ditched that tactic this time. Congested area around the penalty spot, lofted in, almost controlled by Fitzgerald, definitely controlled by Whitehouse. She comes down to grasp it and she throws it into the direction of Palmer. Lewes trying to get bodies forward, unkindly falls off Anna Gray as she was in mid-stride, unable to keep it under her control. Lofted towards Wild from Maloney, comes off Gray. It will be a throw to the away side. As Lewes did look fairly dangerous on the counter there. Anna Gray unfortunate to have just intercepted the ball unintentionally. Garrett back to Whitehouse. So to the final 15 minutes of the first half. 1-0 to the Lionesses, 16th goal. After an unfortunate Grace Garrett mistake led to Paige Satchel in behind the Lewes back line, as they're just unable to get it behind the Lionesses back line there as it's headed away by Wild. It's picked up by Hazard. She makes a driving run. Plays it out to Gray. Ball in. Cleared away. Hazard will try and chase to keep the ball alive. She's unable to. Wild will get decisive clearance there on this near side. Wriggler running onto it. It comes all the way deep into the Lewes half. Whitehouse feeding out to Garrett. Lewes playing with some intensity here in the latter stages of this first half. Maloney playing it short. Here's Brown as she looks up in the centre of the Lionesses defence. Fitzgerald sprinting to try and keep it in down this left-hand side, just unable to do so. Corner, throw in, for Lewes. Hazard on this near side. Hasn't really put a foot wrong. Made some promising runs down this right-hand side to support Anna Gray, but Lewes have just really struggled to create any clear-cut opportunities as of yet. Garrett out to Hamilton as she's looking up. Palmer to her right, but she plays it forward to Olding. Fitzgerald just getting a touch to take it out of Olding's direction. And they've done that well so far this game. London City Lionesses. Satchel feeding a ball out to Alexander. Neville trying to feed a ball in. Blades just defending well there. Hamilton keeping it in by the touchline. Brought down by Alexander. She wins a throw in. Cara Hamilton. Olding flicking it towards Ferrugia. Palm will pick it up. Shoved by Satchel. Nothing in it. Says the referee. Here's Fitzgerald. Will she have a go? She cuts it onto her left. Finding Paige Satchel trying to. Brilliant slide challenge to intercept that there from Hazard. But here's Brown. Now Wild. Just feeds it back to Paige Culver in the heart of the Lionesses' defence. Trying to feed a ball through, intercepted by Riglar. And Olding back to Whitehouse. Lovely footwork there and play here from the Rooks. Ray making a run into the box. Feeds it across goal, but it comes off then number 22, Paige Culver, who actually steered it goalwards in Lewis's favour. Maloney was there to just collect that ricochet from Culver. Paige Culver, Toronto born, came from the Frauen Bundesliga, from the side Turbine Potsdam. Signed August this season. Has played in Sweden, France and Italy too, all at the age of 26. Here's Satchel in the meantime, taking the ball to the byline. Brilliant save there from Whitehouse to deny Danielle Carter of the third goal of the season. Strong hands there to palm it away. Fitzgerald. Wild, nice touch there to just try and take it around Palmer. Just showed too much of it to Riglar there as she cleared it away. Rosera Carrera fouled there by Browham. She has to be careful. She is on a yellow card already. Ruby Sykes doesn't see that worthy of a second yellow and sending off. So play will resume with 11v11, which wasn't the case against Charlton in their last home game on the 3rd of November on Bonfire weekend. Of course, Shauna Vassell was sent off at the same time as Katie Longhurst. So far, here's Rosera Carrera. Offside, unfortunate there for Lewes. As they got the ball into a promising area. Rosera Carrera just in an offside position. So it will be a free kick to the away side. Fireworks there in that game, literally and metaphorically. Two players sent off in a matter of seconds following football scrap. Hamilton into the path of Rosera Carrera. Falls kindly back to the Lionesses, but they cheaply give it away, and Hazard will just see that go out for a throw. Hazard flips back to Fitzgerald, but Palmer will pick that ball up, intercepted by Schofield. Referee almost getting in the way awkwardly. Looked like it could have fallen to Rosera Carrera there, but 22, Culver was able to intercept. And here is Alexander trying to take it round, but got in the way with Danielle Carter. Hazard driving forward. Gray looks like she's almost in an offside position down this right-hand side. Brown will win the ball back though for the visitors. Here is Brown, Sarah Crayer and Olding trying to fight and get the ball back. Give away a foul in doing so. Referee Ruby Sykes blows her whistle to allow play to continue. Almost a good ball. It was a good ball, in fact, and Paige Satchel, she got her first touch right, would have had another goal-scoring opportunity against Whitehouse. She's in search for a brace. Whitehouse thumps it to this right-hand side. It just goes beyond Fitzgerald. Here is Gray trying to take it around the outside of Wild, but she gets the better of Anna Gray there. But it falls kindly back to Gray. And there's Connie Schofield just helping out her teammate Megan Wild as the ball comes all the way up to Scantry. Ricocheting off one of the little scaffolding. Wild. Nice touch there from Fitzgerald. Takes it in the field to Lewes Joel. Holding, just trying to put off Lewes Joel there. She manages to get another shot of feeding it all out on the right-hand side. Sometimes the ball is accepted by the bowler. She wants to bring the ball forward. She'll feed it to Holly Olding. Driving forward here, Lewes. Here's Rihanna Blades up against Neville. And she is unable to make anything of that situation. Rihanna Blades, goal kick for the Lionesses. So another goal kick. Lewes still yet to really test Grace Maloney in that goal. She's got Brown just to her left and Culver to her right. They look to play it shortly around the back. Good work there from the away side. Vintage playing out from the back there, and now they managed to spray a long ball forward as Paige Satchel runs onto that long ball, trying to feed it across the face of goal, up against Garrod, not for the first time this game. Neville back to Satchel, linesman's flag stays down. Fed across the face of goal again. Whitehouse getting a hand to it. Palmer played into the feet of Gray. She's then brought down by Wild, called for a foul. And there will be a free kick in favour of Lewes. Ruby Sykes just making sure play is just held back there for a minute. Hazard shortly to Riglar. Whitehouse. Feeding it out to this right-hand side once again. The referee blows her whistle straight away for a foul from Gray or Hazard there, as it was congested on this right-hand side. Brown just taking her time with this free kick, assessing her options in front of her. And it goes to no one. Free goal kick. Whitehouse urgently looking to take it quickly, as they're in search for a late equaliser. This first 45. Blades. Referee blowing a whistle once again. This time in Lewis's favour. Palmer, nice turn, taking it away from Satchel. Means she doesn't give up as she then goes on to chase Riglar. Hazard, Gray unable to keep it in. is wild. Straight into the head of Gray. Now Brazero Carrera. Nice pass there from Gray with the outside of her boot into the path of Olding. She then goes down the route of Rihanna Blades down that left-hand side. Throw in straight to Alexander, as then Daniel Carter picks up that ball. Gets it round Palmer. Connie Schofield just slowing down the tempo and then quickly passing it to Lois Joel. Fitzgerald just lost track of the ball for a sec there, but managed to retrieve it still. Curling efforts. Ends up going straight at Whitehouse. No trouble there for Lewis's number 1. Whitehouse. Sarah Carrera just dropping deep, almost losing the ball, but Lewes improvised well. Here is Olding again, driving forward, feeding it out to that left-hand side. Hamilton keeps it in. Now Blades trying to take it past Culver, but Culver wins that physical duel, the big presence of London's City Lionesses number 22. Always going to be a big challenge for Rihanna Blades, whose traits come from pace and agility as opposed to a tall physical presence possessed by Paige Culver. Satchel. Back to Fitzgerald. Some power there. Neville running onto it to try and keep it in. She'll win a throw as it just comes off Olding on the far side. The added on time is going to be announced. Looking like it's going to be 1 minute here. This first half. Lewes will be wanting to hold on to this, the current scoreline, as things are panning out here. Thrown towards the byline where Satchel is. Garrett getting the better, but it comes a folding. Like I said, given these circumstances, London City Lionesses getting a corner late in this first half. Lewes will simply just want to see this first half out, albeit they are a goal down. Going 2 goals down before the half-time break would be a real big setback if they want to get anything out of this fixture. Ball in again. Falling to Hamilton as she just manages to control that pass, which finds Ferrugia. The Blades will try and run in behind Browham, unable to just get there ahead of the Lionesses number 4. Olding with a commanding header away from the Lewes half. Falls back to London City Lionesses, however. And that is the end of the first half action. Currently a goal up, London City Lionesses go into the half-time break thanks to Paige Satchel, albeit it was off the back of a Grace Garrett mistake. A lot for Scott Booth to ponder about and his coaching staff. So far though, it'll be more of the same from Carolina Morace in the next 15 minutes. We'll be back here in just under a quarter of an hour for the start of the second half, but it ends here. Lewes 0, London City Lionesses 1. Welcome back, everybody. The players making their way back out onto the pitch. Lewes just doing some last little touches of training in front of their dugout as the Lionesses are doing some sort of training drill in a circle as they all just spray out to their typical positions before the start of this second half. Lewes finding themselves a goal down after Paige Satchel, number 13 for the away side, put them a goal up following an error from Grace Garrett. Lewes having their last team talk before the second 45, and it's a big one as they are currently still rock bottom of the league and need points, albeit they are in November. After this game they are officially halfway through the season, having only picked up 4 points all campaign. That is, of course, if they were to lose today. Scores elsewhere just before the second half starts. Charlton drew to Sunderland at home 1-1. Birmingham are currently 3-1 up against Durham. Crystal Palace and Southampton, a tight game at the top of the table, or the higher end of the table at least. Crystal Palace 2, Southampton 2. And then Watford and Sheffield United currently 1 apiece there. So with Lewes losing, Watford gaining points on Lewes. It's looking rather bleak, just like the weather this afternoon. But hopefully the next 45 minutes for the Rooks will be far from it. They've got some work to do. 45 minutes to go. Lewes 0, London City Lionesses 1. Gray. Ball played in from Hazard, comes off Gray. Throw in for the away side. Gray heading it towards Ferrugia as Lewes now play from right to left. Here is Gray. Now Palmer. Lewes playing with some urgency here early on in this first half. Back to Whitehouse. Strolls it out to Hazard on that right hand side. Comes off Fitzgerald, throw in for the home side. The theme we saw in the first half really was the passing from London City Lionesses. They were efficient, they managed to get the ball in good areas, bodies in good areas as well, to be in the right place at the right time, to keep the passage of play going. So deservedly being the better team, Lewes just been able to execute anything in that final third. Hamilton just playing it safely back to Whitehouse, who will play it back to a skipper. Infield to Garrett, back to Hamilton. Now Lewes have a chance to play with the ball and have a nice passage to play. Nice touch there from Blades. Back to Garrett, but Blades just to the right there of Garrett's pass. Satchel, the goal scorer, in towards Joel in the centre circle. Brown feeds a nice pass out to Danielle Carter. She feeds it through to Wild. Corner kick, the first of the second 45. It will go to the visitors on that far side. Opportunity to double their lead early on in this first half. That's a poor corner. Falls straight towards Hamilton. Did look like Hamilton may have taken that just beyond the byline with her touch. But the referee, Ruby Sykes, pointing to a throw, or signalling in fact. Throw in for the Lionesses. Referee Ruby Sykes just calling for medical attention to be looked to look at this situation with Maria Ferrugia. She just has her hands on her knees. I'm not sure of what she has sustained. Maybe a slight knock to the head in that duel. Referee Ruby Sykes just wanting to be cautious on the matter. Looks like she's just going to take a second or two on the touchline as play resumes, or almost. So it looks like Ruby Sykes will be waiting for Ferrugia to come on, which she doesn't. Play will resume with 11 v 10 in the Lionesses' favour. Not anymore. Ferrugia back on, following a slight knock. Passed back from Paige Culver to Maloney. She looks up to just chip it long. Carter just trying to sort her feet out, and Schofield with a decisive pass out to that left-hand side. Here's Olding just taking it around the long way. Around Wild. Concedes a throw-in doing so. Just passing it to Wild for her to take quickly. Palmer bringing it down, looking around, almost losing Garrett there to just loft it forward. Wild will intercept. Now Joel will flick it forward. Comes off awkwardly off Lucy Fitzgerald. Hazard almost losing his spinning. It will be a throw-in. As fans chant Lewes behind Grace Maloney's goal. Very brave of them to be stood in an uncovered area to the left of me. It's windy, cold conditions. Neville with the throw in the meantime. Schofield trying to edge it forward to Satchel. Cara Hamilton heading it back. Zara Carrera trying to get to the ball first before Joel manages to retain possession for the Rooks. Riglar. Nice quick footwork there from Gray, and Hazard linking up very well down that right-hand side. Here is Hazard driving the ball forward. Feeds it to Gray. Gray pulls it back. Corner for the home side. The best we've seen Lewes this second half. Play comes from Gray and Hazard. Now they've earned themselves a corner. An opportunity for an equaliser. Palmer with the opportunity to swing a ball in. Plenty of players in that 6-yard box. Gray and Carrera plays just occupy the edge of the area, but it goes in towards the 6-yard box. Poor corner, goal kick for the away side, as it doesn't even get to have a chance to find a red shirt in a dangerous position. The Lionesses will welcome that delivery all day long. Maloney. Riglar up against Carter. Ferrugia will get involved, so will Palmer. They Give away a foul there, free kick to the Lionesses. Midway into their own half. Neville feeds it in towards Alexander. Once again, we're seeing this good crisp passing, albeit short-lived there. Whitehouse. Ferrugia just gets knocked over there, but in doing so finds Blades. She just uses her pace to try and get beyond Neville. Neville managing to just shrug off Blades with ease. Clearance is picked up by Hamilton as she quickly plays it to Garrod. Now Riglar just playing it back to her keeper. Back to Garrod. I'll have to watch out as Satchel maybe onto it in a flash, just like she was for the first goal. Ferrugia again. Now Blades. Ferrugia in support, but Blades looks to take around the outside of Grace Neville and beats the right back in doing so. Still Blades taking it to the byline, and she's taken out. And that is up to you to decide whether that was a penalty. Ruby Sykes doesn't think so. From my eyes, Blades was swiped clean out, no contacts on the ball, and a replay will be interesting. But that's unfortunate there for Rihanna Blades. And some Lewes fans have their piece to say towards the referee, Ruby Sykes. Some think that's very unlucky there. Not the first bit of penalty controversy we've had here at the Pan this season. And Lionesses thump it clear. Referee just blowing her whistle. As there is going to be a substitute, and it's going to be a debut for Eve Clarkson, number 20, coming on for Rihanna Blades. So Rihanna Blades' last bit of action will have been involved in that potential penalty incident. But on comes a defensive-minded player in Eve Clarkson. Scott Booth, of course, very happy by the signing. Believes she will strengthen the side. The defender. She makes way for Rihanna Blades. Ferrugia got this ball down. Looks like Clarkson will be playing a defensive left-sided defensive role. Alexander's being kept tapped on and concedes a corner in doing so. Palmer with another opportunity to put a ball in. It's a high one towards that back post, punched away by Maloney. Put back into the danger zone by Brazera Carrera! And it's Holly Olding who strikes it into outside netting, gets the equaliser. And it's her third goal in black and red. Game on here at the Pan. So Holly Olding scored the first goal at the Pan this season against Southampton. And scores the most recent one too. One apiece here at the Pan, as the atmosphere has just increased due to that equaliser being put home by Holly Olding. 2 in the campaign, in the league that is, and 3 in all competitions. Headed away by Hamilton, picked up by Alexander. Here's Neville. Hamilton nicks the ball away. Lewes with a spring in their step as they're now looking to go a goal up. Ferrugia Schofield to the floor. Here's Brazera Carrera, strikes it goalwards. Had some curve on that strike. Just going beyond Maloney's woodwork. Lewes have certainly knocked the intensity up this afternoon. Brazera Carrera's low strike just before that, in lead up to Olding's goal. Just under 60 minutes gone. Lewes 1, London City Lionesses 1. In a game where Lewes would certainly love all 3 points. They are needed, wins are needed. Draws in this position aren't really enough at times. So far it'll do. Palmer trying to play it forward. Here's Schofield. Wild. Just being brought back. Anna Gray losing the ball there, but Garrod headed away from Satchel. Brazera Carrera trying to find that pass from Gray. Wins a throw instead. Lewes asking questions. Hazard in the final third. Poor throw as Ferrugia's unable to just get on the end of it. And it's going to be the first substitution made by Carolina Moraes. Off comes number 11, Tinaya Alexander, for number 10 and Jamaican midfielder Izzy Groves, who has made 4 appearances this season, 1 as a substitute, make that now 5 in total, and 2 as a substitute. Coming on for Tinaya Alexander. Add to that midfield. They play it short once again, trying to find Satchel, falling to Ferrugia. She's in an onside position, goes for the strike. Aiming for that worldly strike, really. She managed to control it down, take it first time. Hazard challenging Fitzgerald. They believe it was a foul. The referee doesn't, so it will be just a throw. Wild. Olding just trying to intercept that there, and she manages to clear it. Another throw for the Lionesses, slightly further down the pitch than the one prior. Hazard intercepting that throw. Then the substitute, Groves, will keep it in possession for the away side. Finds Neville on this right-hand side, trying to loft the ball in. Comes off Hamilton, falls back to Lois Joel, but Ferrugia manages to win the ball back, trying to just skill it there around Neville. In towards Satchel. Hamilton getting stuck in and winning a foul as Lois Joel pulled her shirt. Here's Garrod. Satchel onto Whitehouse. Palmer. Brazera Carrera, a nice touch as she just lunges out to get on the end of it and finds Ferrugia in doing so. Clarkson with one of her first touches in a red shirt. Here's Ferrugia. Clarkson just holding off attacking as she just remains defensive-minded. Ferrugia, now Palmer, lofting it out to Gray. Now Olding shadows the ball and finds Hazard. Back to Olding. Gray just trying to get round Wild. Hazard will chase. Hazard will find it, and Hazard will put a ball in and win a corner. On the far side, another opportunity for the Rooks. They had a corner on this near side, and a goal came from the end of it. And they'll be looking to make the same result this time too. Clarkson was lurking at the back post, just too much on that for the debutant to get onto. Goal kick for the visitors. Sarah Crow just using her body to shield the ball away from some blue shirts. Holding again, goes from distance! Over the crossbar, just unfortunate there as Holly Olding looks to make it 2 this afternoon and add to her catalogue of worldies. Played short in that goal kick. Referee just blowing a whistle. Unsure as to why. I think one of the Lewes attackers was in the box when Grace Maloney took the goal kick. She'll play it long, finding Lucy Fitzgerald. She just looks to try and take it round Hazard. Able to do so. And Hazard in no time to throw the ball forward. Lewes. So we're over 65 minutes gone. Lewes pulled themselves back into this game thanks to Ollie Olding. Now they're looking for a winner. As our London City Lionesses, who have just become a bit quiet, partly due to Lewes getting louder since the goal, since the half-time break. Hazard barging past, unfortunate to get something from that run down that right-hand side. It will be a goal kick to the Lionesses. Brown finding Neville. Nice turn there as she beats Hamilton. Referee blows her whistle. Argue advantage could have been played, but Ruby Sykes happy to give the free kick. Grace Neville lofts it forward. Satchel unable to get her head onto it as Riglar does instead. Here is Clarkson taking it past Schofield. Able to execute that pass, however. Just tries getting stuck in. Sliding challenge there on Connie Schofield. Eve Clarkson did say that she's happy to do the slide challenging and the dirty side of the game. You can see it there. Eager to impress Eve Clarkson. Grace Maloney back on the ball in the Lionesses penalty area. Here's Carter, flicks it up, controls it with her right to play it back to Groves. Nice footwork there from the substitute, finding Lois Joel. She's up against Lewis's goal scorer, Olding. Back to Joel. Joel trying to turn, but Holding wins the ball back. And here's Ferrugia, Brazero Carrera to her right. Here is Brazero Carrera! Hits the crossbar! How unfortunate! Lewes getting some really good opportunities here. And Brazero Carrera ever so unlucky to get a second goal in 7 days. Look, clear cut. Struck it with venom across Crossbar denies. Brazera Carrera of her second goal as a rook. We still wait for Lewes to try and get a winner. Same goes to the Lionesses, of course, but Lewes still without a home win. It's looking more likely though, as they're growing into the game, definitely in this second half, finding spaces just like Farrugia did there. Carter shoves over Hazard, nothing given there as she drives the ball forward. That pass is intercepted, and that attack is short-lived as now Lewes tried to make one of their own. Brazera Carrera getting to the ball before Brower. Now Farrugia just unable to get on the end of that pass as Farrugia stayed back to allow the ball to come to her, which then in effect gave time for Culver to just get in front of Farrugia. Throw in for Lewes. In the 70th minute here. Hazard back to Farrugia. Falls back into the possession of Satchel. Ping pong going on here it seems, or pinball in fact, as it's Lewes who get the throw in following that brief pinball moment between both sets of players. It is in fact going to be a free kick, so a chance for another set piece delivery from Grace Palmer to find a red shirt to knock it home on that far side line, or on the touch line it seems from this angle. Gray the closest rook to Palmer. Clarkson once again at the back post as Palmer lofts it in, but Maloney's safe hands are there to get on the end of that delivery from Lewes's number 8. Maloney, the drop kick. Falls to Carter, back to Groves. Trying to take it around Palmer as she slides in, but the ball falls back to Groves. She's unable to keep it in on that second attempt. Throw in for the Rooks. Olding getting her head onto it, but comes off her, so a throw for the Lionesses now. Olding once again intercepting that throw from the Lionesses. Quite a congested area as both sets of players want to spread it out. Brazera Carrera almost getting in behind Lois Joel, cleared away by Culver. Now Wriglar. Joel and Olding up against it with one another. And then Farrugia's brought down. Referee blows a whistle. Free kick again for Lewes, this time in a more central position. Maybe a bit far out for a shot on goal. We know Holly Olding likes them from distance. So time will tell how Lewes will approach this free kick. Another opportunity to put themselves in the lead. For only the 4th time this season. Of course, they beat Watford. They went a goal up against Southampton on the first day of the season. A goal up last weekend. Came out on the losing side in both of those games. Looks like it's going to be a unique free kick, and they haven't made the most of that. Straight back to the Lionesses as Satchel now looks to break forward. Good footwork there from Satchel. Olding with what looked like it could have been a tactical foul, but Satchel just manages to take it past Olding, and Carter's just taken it past Hazard instead. Back to Wild, sliding in from Amelia Hazard. Good defending there from the makeshift right back. And now Lewes have their turn to break forward. Here's Gray. It's Brazera Carrera making a good run forward, but the assistant referee's flag on the far side is raised for an offside for Brazera Carrera. A spree of end-to-end action there, all stemming from Palmer's free kick, which disappointingly went straight back into possession for the Lionesses. You could see what they were trying to do, find Frugia on that right channel. The Lionesses read it well. Nullified any threat that was possessed there. So just over a quarter of an hour to go. 75 minutes played. Lewes 1, London City Lionesses 1. Holly Olding's goal in the second half cancels out Paige Satchel's in the first quarter of an hour. It's been an entertaining second half. Lewes much improved following that 15-minute break. And been unfortunate as well this second half. Brazera Carrera hitting the crossbar. She fired it at Maloney's goal, literally as well. Another goal kick. Georgia Browman, the number 4, joined from Leicester in the summer, can play midfield too, an aggressive defender who reads the game well, are the words that Carolina Morace said about her defender. And you can see, obviously booked earlier on this game. Now here come Lewes again, bringing bodies forward through the goal scorer Olding, feeding a pass out to Hamilton, who sprints to the touchline to keep the ball in, and she does so well. Up against Culver. Back to Palmer, encouraged to shoot, does so. Straight at Maloney. But another good break, promising there from Lewes. And Holly Olding in the middle. Up against Olding and wins that duel as Olding fouls up. Free kick again for the Lionesses. And they're in a rush to take it as they look to get themselves back into the lead, just like they were going into this second half. Hamilton up against Neville. Winning the ball there. Up against the right back Grace Neville. Still Hamilton. Clarkson on the overlap. Retrieves that ball from Hamilton, and it's Lewis's skipper again as she's up against Fitzgerald, comes off Fitzgerald, and the referee points to a goal kick. Questionable there from Ruby Sykes, it has to be said, as from my view it looked like it came off a blue shirt, but she did have Hamilton just in front of her. Played short once again. The Lionesses happy to stick to their game plan, even if it doesn't succeed, which it hasn't there, as it's straight back into the possession for the Rooks. They just try getting it in behind once again. Brazera Carrera blocked off. Grace Maloney will throw it out quickly. Brown clearing it forward. Wow, just shrugging Gray off. To Brazera Carrera, she's brought down, and the referee points for a free kick. Another promising opportunity, this time more so than the others for the Rooks, as it's centimetres out of the penalty area. Striking distance, it has to be said. Palmer looks to be the favourite. What a time this would be to score. So we're in the 78th minute here at the Pan. Gray and Palmer over this one. Grace Maloney with some thinking to do. It'd be great to strike! Oh my! What a strike that is! From Anna Gray, putting the Rooks 2 goals up to 1. What a moment there for Anna Gray. The dripping Pan goes wild as Lewes find themselves 2 goals up to 1. Grace Maloney had some thinking to do, and so did Anna Gray. And it's Anna Gray who comes out on top with a sensational strike with her left foot. And Lewes, which can be rarely said about this season, find themselves in the driving seat with 10 minutes to go. What a win this would be. A nervy last 10 minutes here for the Rooks, it may end up to be. Time will tell. How will this last 10 minutes pan out? It could go anywhere. The half-time talk seemed concerning. Going into the break, a goal down. This second half performance is one of the best, if not the best, I've seen at the Pan this season. Finding space, getting to the ball into promising areas. Ferrugia driving forward, nutmegging Lois Joel, and almost getting it past her. And Lewes win a foul in the Lionesses half. So their experience may be required for the Rooks. Seeing these kind of games out will build experience, allow them to build it on their own. It's a team of young prospects. And Grace Palmer with another opportunity to swing a ball in. Plenty of height on that ball. Clarkson's there. Olding gets a head onto it. It's awkwardly dealt with by the Lionesses defenders, but falls back to Maloney. The player is fouled here for Lewes. I think it is Grace Wriglar who's down following that free kick. She looks to be in some pain. So whilst Wriglar is looked at, scores on the doors in the Championship elsewhere. It did finish Birmingham 3, Durham 1. Crystal Palace and Southampton has seen a goal each again, 3-3 up in South London. And Sheffield United 3-1 up against Watford up in Hertfordshire. So that will be of some good reading if the scores remain the way they are for Lewes. As that means Lewes find themselves on 7 points, Watford are on 5. So Lewes, as things stand, are off of bottom and only 3 points behind Reading, who of course had their game with Blackburn earlier today postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. So Wriglar up on her feet, looking good to carry on. No substitutes being made for Wriglar's knock. Play will resume. A big 10 minutes for the Rooks. Could even be season defining, these type of results. They do not want to end it the way Charlton ended, a gutting end to the game with virtually the last kick of the game, seeing them concede a penalty. Here's Satchel, feeds it across the face of goal. Whitehouse down low and will remain on the ground with the ball tightly in her grasp. Just under 7 minutes to go. Here's Clarkson. Lewes sniffing for a third. Finds Ferrugia. Ferrugia from distance, curling again. Maloney coming down to her right to deny Maria Ferrugia, who's had a lively second half and would have topped it off nicely there with a goal from distance. Olding, who's had a brilliant few games here at the Pan, so commanding in that midfield role, and has been one of Lewis's standouts this season. Even at 24, she brings plenty of experience from her time at Crystal Palace, used to the division. You can see as well the leadership qualities she possesses alongside Cara Hamilton. Culver, put under pressure from Bracero Carrero, just tries to body her. Forces the clearance from Culver straight back into Lewes possession. Bracero Carrero with a lovely touch. Falls to Hamilton, but she's in an offside position, cutting short any potential attack there for the home side as we enter the real latter stages of the game. London City Lionesses now the team chasing. Lewes with some thinking to do as they find themselves going into the last 4 minutes here, a goal up. Do they defend? Do they sit back? Do they look for a third to really kill this game off? Hazard going for the clearance, thumping it away from the Lewes half. Brougham will chase. Back to a goalkeeper trying to conjure up an attack from the back, which they've been doing a lot this game so far, trying to play out from the back, specifically from goal kick, so they've been playing it short as they try feeding a ball down that right channel. Culver unable to find Satchel. Throw in for the Rooks. Clarkson taking her time. The Rooks in no rush as things stand. Here's Neville. Holding into Seps. Sarah Carrera will latch onto the end of it. Lovely play there from Bracero Carrera. Finding Ferrugia, almost trying to link up with Bracero Carrera in a 1-2. Falls back into the territory of the Lionesses. The substitutes for Lewes all stood up, watching nervously as their teammates on the pitch could seal their first home win of the season just before the halfway point, but no chatting about a win. So there's still work to do. Olding wins the throw to the disappointment of the players in blue. Hazard. Lionesses as we enter the last 90 seconds or so of 90 minutes. Still only her team. So a chance for Brougham to whip a ball in. Hazard heads it away commandingly. Brazero Carrera latches on the end of that one, and here come Lewes, looking for a third. Brazero Carrera up against Lewes Joel, pulls it back, tries to find Palmer, uses her body to just shield the ball away from Connie Schofield. So the player of the match going to number 11, Anna Gray, for a free kick to put the Rooks 2 goals up to 1. Ferrugia looked like it almost hit her hand. She definitely sustained a knock though. She's still down late on in this game, holding her right shin. Ferrugia, who's had a brilliant second half even. Linking up well with Brazero Carrera. In that front line for the Rooks. Ferrugia back up on her feet. Anticipating the dying embers of this nervy game where Lewes lead a slender margin of 2 goals to 1. Ferrugia up against Brougham. Throw in for the Rooks. It's in their favour so far. Added on time, about to be announced. Looks like it's going to be 5 minutes added on here at the Pan. So 5 minutes to go. Hazard. So 511 people here at the Pan this afternoon to witness potentially Lewes' first win of the campaign. Territory. County side just missed out on the championship. Race at the top of the table. Bristol City, of course, won it. 48 points. Lionesses 45. First season in the Women's Championship. Hasn't really been backed up this season. Find themselves 2 goals, 1 down. 2 goals to 1 down here at the Pan to the team who came into this match week bottom of the league. What a confidence booster this could be for Scotland's side. Holding in towards Brazero Carrera. She's got 2 blue shirts onto her. Assistant referee raises his left arm for a throw to the away side. Yet again, further up the pitch this time. Two and a half minutes left to go. Controlled by Fitzgerald, lays it off to Neville. Lewes sprinting back to defend that goal. And Clarkson, the debutant, clears it away. Good work there from Evie Clarkson. Ferrugia just trying to take it past Groves, back to Groves. And then Olding thumps it cleared, but kind of scuffs it if anything. She has a second go, and we'll get more of a connection that she desired that time round. Can it fall kindly towards Anna Gray? It does to Brazero Carrera. She keeps it on by the touchline on that far side. Gray taking it to the corner flag. She's then brought down, wins the foul. Clever work there from the potential match winner, Anna Gray. tradition of come on you Rooks to support the home side in the dying embers of this game. 2 minutes left to go. Zero Carrera desperate to keep the ball in that corner, but Lionesses have a chance to bring the ball forward. Maybe a foul throw as the assistant referee raises flag, or even a foul. Sure of what's really going on over there. It's a free kick. Clearly a foul from a Rook. Could that be a mistake? Culver looking up. Zero Carrera will occupy the centre back. That ball welcomed by Lewes as it goes out of the pitch for another throw. Grace Garrett, who would have gone into the half-time break with her head in her hands following that unfortunate error, but now could potentially be coming off the pitch with her head held high after a solid defensive performance in this second half, which hasn't seen the Lionesses have a sniff, in all honesty. And there's Olding, another superb player of this afternoon's fixture. Still Olding, got 3 players onto her, but still manages to get the better of them. Superb work there from Lewes's first goal scorer of the afternoon. The Lionesses, they're getting the ball forward. Neville by the byline, in the penalty area, frantically cleared away by Maria Frugia. Culver taking it quickly. Here is the goal scorer for the Lionesses, Satchel. Throw in, as we're well within the 5 minutes gone now. Headed away by the skipper Hamilton. And that is the end of the action. An iconic game this season as Lewes get their first victory on home soil thanks to Holly Olding and of course Anna Gray. They took an early setback in the first quarter of an hour following a mistake in the defence as Paige Satchel punished Grace Garrett, but it was Holly Olding and Anna Gray to help out their teammates and secure all 3 points after the halfway point in the season. This now lifts them off bottom. They're now on 7 points going into the second half of the season, and what a big second half it will be. We won't be here for Pan action in the league until the game against Durham in January. We are back here on Wednesday for the League Cup against the same side as Lewes will look to back up their win that evening too. It ends here. Lewes 2, London City Lionesses 1.